That seems better. Let me see.
That okay? You can hear me?
I think so.
Okay. When I was 8 years old, I became a drug addict. Mommy was my pusher. She found a great medicine for toothaches called Paregoric. Within minutes of swallowing the bitter yellow liquid, my painful toothache ceased to exist. Every inch of my skin began to tingle. My biggest worries grew small and distant, like they belonged to somebody else. I loved my toothache. Mommy was an easy mark. Every night I would walk up to her, hands behind my back, and make a pathetic face and say, "Mommy, my teeth really hurt. May I have some Paregoric? Pretty please?" She would reward my rare politeness with a big spoonful. I would lay in bed for hours, stoned, while swarms of tiny, shiny angels hovered above my head, wings flickering, hands beckoning, chattering in little mosquito-sized voices. Then I would fall asleep and enjoy psychedelic dreams. One night, as Mommy was bringing me a beautiful spoonful of my best food, Dad intervened. I watched and listened from the hallway. Dad said, "Enough with the Paregoric. What's in that shit anyway?" "How bad can it be?" Mommy asked. "They sell it over the counter at Eckerd's drugstore." She handed the bottle to my father, who had been a combat medic in World War II. He read the ingredients out loud: anise oil, benzoic acid, camphor, alcohol, and powdered opium. I gave this shit to my soldiers when they were badly injured. It's not for a goddamn toothache. He headed straight for the kitchen. I rushed out to stop him. "No, Dad, don't, I need my Paregoric." In front of my horrified eyes, he went to the kitchen sink and poured it right down the drain. Shook out every last drop, rinsed the bottle, tossed it in the garbage. I screamed, "How could you?" I rubbed my jaw to soothe my pretend toothache. "I need my Paregoric." He said, "What you need is to go cold turkey." "I don't need cold turkey," I screamed. "I need my Paregoric." He gave me the look that normally precedes a beating. So I turned and ran to my room, slammed the door, and lay in bed, scheming. Clearly, alcohol and opium were the ingredients that pissed off my father. That's when I realized that my parents kept alcohol in a special cabinet in the living room. If there was alcohol, maybe there was also opium. I snuck down the hall on my hands and knees, heading for the special cabinet. I froze when I heard heavy footsteps behind me. I turned and there was Dad, looking down at me with his hard eyes. I saw a hint of compassion on his face, which scared me even more. He said, "Not so fast, buddy boy." He picked me up, placed me back in bed, and gave me a kiss. "You'll be fine by tomorrow," he said. I wasn't fine. I woke up the next morning in a panic. Every tooth in my mouth was on fire. I begged Mommy to go to the store and buy some Paregoric. "Just one more bottle, please. I'll break open my piggy bank and pay for it myself, okay? I'll do all the chores, okay? I'll get straight A's in school, okay? I'll do anything you want." She shook her head. "You've had enough Paregoric," she said sweetly. "If your teeth still hurt, I'll get you some aspirin." "I don't want any goddamn aspirin," I yelled, cursing for the first time in my life. "I want my Paregoric. I want my Paregoric. I need my Paregoric." That's when she dropped her warm, nurturing mommy act and gave me the glimpse of a woman who could be tough as nails. She was not about to be bullied by an 8-year-old drug addict. Her eyes drilled into mine. "Paregoric is poison," she said through clenched teeth. "Poison. I will never poison you again." Then, for the first time in my life, I saw her tears. It was over. No more Paregoric, no more tiny, shiny angels, no more psychedelic dreams, Nothing left to do but eat cold turkey. It did not help. I ended up going through hell and all for nothing. But I was wrong. Years later, I realized my childhood Paregoric addiction was the best thing that could have happened to me. As a hippie, back in the 60s and 70s, I experimented with a lot of drugs. Marijuana, LSD, mescaline, peyote, crystal meth, cocaine, even martinis. But I was never addicted. That 8-year-old drug addict was always inside me and always terrified of going cold turkey. When he told me to walk away from a drug, I walked away. If not for my Paregoric addiction, I probably would have ruined my life, like many of my friends. Thanks, Mommy.
Aww.